Thanks, Rob. Don't worry, be happy. The next person in our agenda is Dale Watkins, who is the grammarian today. Let's give an applause to Dale.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Oh boy, not a good start. Right back. Thank you. The word of the day is liberal. It is an adjective. The definition of liberal, according to Merriam-Webster, has three pieces. One who is open-minded or not strict in the observance of orthodox, traditional, or established forms or ways. The second is capitalized, a member or supporter of a liberal political party. And three is an advocate or adherent of liberalism, especially in individuals. And to use the word, Elizabeth Warren, a Democratic candidate for president, would definitely be considered a liberal, which makes sense because we are in the blue state of Massachusetts. The second duty that I have today is to, well, one, introduce new words, and two, comment on the use of the English during the meeting. So again, today's word of the day is liberal. Try to remember to use it.
Thank you, Dan. The next person in our agenda is the thought jock, and I'm so happy to welcome Michael Bergin.
Good afternoon. So there's no coincidences. I was on the ride down and I got a call from a guy who's having trouble saying no to people. This just happened to be one of my sponsees. If you don't know what that is, you can ask me after. And it's just funny to me that I come in here and then no matter where you go, I hear a message of some kind. I hear a message that I can then pass on to somebody else. Saying no, no is a full sentence. I was taught that very early on. No, 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 no. I don't need to add anything beyond it. I don't need to make up excuses. I don't need to give anything more than saying those two little letters. So I was thinking about what no means. Has anybody watched or ever been interested? I am interested, just to preface, I am interested in incredibly morbid things. Has anybody seen the show Chernobyl? Okay, so fantastic show, but I'm not going to put in a plug for it. The entire reason why that event took place was because people couldn't say no for fear of reprisal, whether that reprisal be placed in a gulag, death, or being cut out of a party, that being the Communist Party at the time. So I became a historian. In fact, I give it a year before I can build my own nuclear reactor. Not that I will, but I am fascinated by this topic because of the sociological presence involved. People were afraid. People were absolutely terrified by this philosophy, this abject horror that was their everyday existence. So in the show, it goes on, it shows the inside the reactor about 5 minutes before the explosion took place. And these individuals, there was a chief engineer who would not accept the word no. Despite the fact that they knew everyone else inside the facility knew what would take place. And there's historical evidence to back it up on what happened. After the explosion took place, the radiation that leaked from this facility was the equivalent of, there's estimates, roughly about 40 bombs that dropped on Hiroshima. Just an absolutely horrific outpour. Now, when I look at this of any government, it doesn't matter what government it is, this is not me politicizing anything. When I'm told something, I do not immediately believe. I say no. Where is the truth? Where is the proof? I look for truth, not just something that is convenient. I see it happen all the time. I'm sure we have all experiences with it. So with that, I will say, watch Chernobyl, come back, let's have a discussion because I'm fascinated by it. And remember that no is a full sentence. Thank you.